congratulations on the movie. I absolutely love this because I feel like we don't make movies like this anymore. And it reminded me of so many movies that I sort of grew up really loving. The first thing I think it reminded me of was La Ventura, the Michelangelo Antonioni, which is one of my favorite movies. How did you get involved in this, and what was it about the script that really made you want to be part of it?
It's funny that you mentioned those films, because I read this weirdly on a beach, but on the Baltic Sea, and I was reading this, and my wife was sitting next to me, and she could see that I was just getting more and more excited and terrified that someone else was going to play this, because it reminded me that of exactly like that, you know, films for grown-ups where humans behave like humans and it's not all explained, and there are mysteries and ambiguities, and
Your direction is very precise, but it's also a direction that doesn't spoon-feed people, which is, again, very unusual for our time, because there's a lot of laziness in filmmaking nowadays. Talk me through that sort of decision to go into like not giving anything away, really.
I think to me, cinema is about the mysteries and the things that we project on characters, and not so much about, you know, answers and messages and explanations. And I think when I started to think about the story, I realized that it has some noir elements, and I embraced it and the mystery that came along with it. It's about characters who lost themselves, who are trapped in a life that they seem to be unable to get out of, and it's basically about, you know, the question whether they can reveal themselves to each other. And they're like the volcanoes a little bit that are mentioned throughout the film. Like there's some activity going on inside of them, but we never know whether they erupt or not.
Well, that's almost an allegory for your character, really. Talk us through the kind of person he is and the situation he finds himself in.
Yeah, Tom is a tennis coach at a hotel resort in Fuerteventura, and the perception of the guests is that he has this ideal life. It's sort of responsibility free. He's in clubs every night. He has occasional affairs. He plays tennis. It's sunny, but it's more like a purgatory than a paradise. He's trapped in a repetitively self-destructive cycle. He's in denial. He's always being reminded of this potential former glory. He's called Ace because of some legend to do with a professional tennis player that visited the island. And as Jan-Ole was saying, it's all about those. He's presented them with the potential to change that, or an alternative life, and you know.
One of my favorite scenes or sort of shots that is this really powerful shot of this camel being rescued from the sea. How did you get that to work? And please tell me the story behind that decision.
Well, you know what they say, never work with children and animals. But I have to say it worked out quite well. We had like a beautiful young actor called Dylan Terrell, and we had this camel whose name I forgot. But it also turned out that the camel had some talent. David, right? Yeah, the camel's name was David. And David was also very talented. I mean, I remember that shot where we were like supposed to have the perfect light situation. It was a blue hour kind of moment, and we had like 30 minutes of last light, and the camera was supposed to walk into our dolly shot and look at you for a moment. It was like all about acting, really. And you know, in the moment we were about to shoot that scene, I was like, how did we ever thought we can pull something off like this with the camel? But it took a few takes and it worked out perfectly. It's one of my most favorite moments in the film.
The last opportunity it had to do it right before it went dark. It did something it had never done before and came right over to me.
Yeah.
And I think we were so thrilled that we thought, okay, this is it's going to be okay. You know, the film gods are smiling on us.
I have one more question for Sam, which is you did do some of the acting all in Spanish language, and did you have like a teacher there, or do you actually speak Spanish?
No, I don't. I don't speak Spanish. I can speak some German,
Yeah.
but I had some lessons. I'd done it at school for 1 year. I was clueless at it really, and the crew was Spanish, and they helped me colloquialize some of the lines and things, and they were very patient in listening to me say it 100 times to them and things.
Brilliant. But I absolutely love this movie. I just thought it was fantastic, and congratulations again. Really
Thank you so
great
much.
work. Thank you. Thanks,
Much
Sam. Thank you, guys.
appreciated.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey You Guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey You Guys!